Welcome back. You're still watching Netbank Business Watch. For our final segment, which is a financial segment, we are joined by Toba Gamete from Netbank Eswatini to give us an analysis for today's financial markets. A very good afternoon, Toba. Welcome back. It's been a while.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Lulu, and good afternoon to your viewers.
Yeah, perhaps we can start with currencies. We have seen the rand gaining strength the past week since Monday. Are there any changes now? And also, inflation rate was released this morning. What's happening there in the currencies today?
All right, so thanks, Lulu. We saw the rand gain quite a bit of strength, particularly on Monday. I think trading at best levels of 17.68. But we've sort of seen reversals of that today. So Statistics South Africa released inflation numbers for July this morning, which came in much better than what the market was expecting. The market was pricing in a decline from 5.1 in June to 4.9% year on year, but it has gone down to 4.6, which is closer to the SAB's preferred midpoint of 4.5%. So that then says interest rates are likely going to be cut in the coming interest rate decision cycle next month. As you can see on our indicators, that has resulted in a bit of loss of strength on the dollar. I mean, on the rand, lilangeni, against the dollar trading at 17.8150, against the euro at 19.8156, and the pound significantly lower by 0.55% at 23 malangeni and 23 cents.
Yeah, so maybe we just going back to the US dollar, we're expecting minutes of Federal Reserve to be released today, or have they been released? How is it, trading the US dollar?
Yes, so the dollar is trading quite weak. I think the economic data that came out from the beginning of the month around employment and all of that has sort of showed a slowing down economy of the US. So this evening for us, our time, the Fed is going to release minutes of its July meeting. So investors are looking at seeing what that is going to look like. So sort of the tone that those minutes are going to set in terms of interest rate cuts when they are likely to be implemented, as well as to what extent those cuts will be implemented. The market is pricing in about 25 basis points cut in interest rates in the coming interest rate decision.
So moving on to commodities, I think we can start with oil. We've seen gold doing quite well yesterday. Is it still trading so quite well? And also oil continues to trade in the lower regions. Why is that?
All right, so gold is doing quite well. I think yesterday we saw it trading at record levels, actually, of about 2,530, but it has sort of gone down, but still doing quite well at $2,515.78 dollars per ounce, up 0.07%. So with gold, it's mostly, I'll say, three things. It's against the backdrop of the political or geopolitical tensions. It's against the uncertainty that is being brought in the markets by the U.S. presidential elections coming up, as well as investors looking at gold as a safer investment option in the midst of all that is going on. So that has sort of boosted the price of gold to the levels that we are seeing. When it comes to crude oil, so it's trading low at $77.09 per barrel, which is down 0.14%. So oil has sort of been trading at these levels. Due to firstly, it's increased inventories in the US, so the demand is low because the economy is slowing down. Demand has also slowed down, so we're seeing swelling inventories of crude in the US. The second one is talks of ceasefire in the Gaza region. So that sort of gives the market an impression that supply is not going to be impacted if a deal is concluded and the ceasefire is implemented in the Gaza Strip.
Okay, so before I let you go, let's get into equities, starting off with the S&P 500. It looks quite flat today. What are the factors that led to this?
All right, so the S&P 500 is trading at 5,597.12 dollars, down about 0.2%. Also, it just goes back to the slowing down of the economy in the US. So there's most of the entities or companies are sort of struggling because of that. But I think what is significantly lower is the FTSE, which has gone down 1%, trading at 8,273.32 pounds. There, it's two things that I think I can highlight. The first one is BT Global, so one of the giants in the telecoms sector. Their shares dropped by 6.4% today at the back of a deal that was signed by Sky Networks with City Fibre. And City Fibre is a direct competitor of BT Global, so then that drove the share of BT Global down, as well as the oil price. So the oil price is sort of influenced or added to the decline in the shares of energy giants like your Shell and BP, because now oil is trading at lower levels.
Yeah. Any added data that we can expect this week, until Friday?
This week on Friday, we have U.S. Fed Chairperson Jerome Powell delivering a speech at the ongoing, or at the there's a summit that's going on. I've just forgotten the name, but the market is sort of waiting to see what his submission is going to be there. So we can look forward to hearing that for indications of the interest rate path.
All right, thank you so much, Toba. And that's it for our final financial segment with Toba Gamete giving us an update on today's financial markets. We'll go for an ad break. When we come back, we'll wrap up the show with Sviso.